Hello guys, this is Sebastian with Trade Daily with Seb. Today in this video, I'm going to explain how I chart my NASDAQ 100 E-mini futures, how I chart it. And a couple people have asked me about this through TradingView. Just send me a message through TradingView. So if you guys also want to send me messages too, you guys send it through YouTube. You can send it through my Instagram at Trade Daily with Seb. You can do that too. I'm gonna be posting some more stuff on Instagram, but lately I'm just mainly just been focusing on posting stuff on YouTube. And you can also hit me up on TradingView. Send me a private message at look me up Trade Daily with Seb. That's my username on TradingView. That's where I mainly take most of my trades, majority of the time. So yeah, let's just dive into this and explain to you guys my charting process. I'm trying to best explain it the best I can. So the first one I start off with is the monthly. I go to the monthly. It's gonna look pretty crazy, guys. So I chart out the monthly and I explain to you guys why I do the monthly first. This is kind of hard and confusing. Let me take, so basically let's look at this. Okay, so I look at the monthly. I go, okay, the low extremities, probably I could go here, but I don't really like that because there's nothing really touching this area. So that's why I take that. That's why I do that, but I also zoom out, zoom in, and obviously, okay, I look at that as the low extremity, as a possible very low that price can probably go to, because he did kind of see some sort of push down, hit that price, hit this area, push down, and then shot back up. So now you could take this like actually area, probably realistically, price is probably gonna retest this area. So I'm gonna actually mark that out for you guys. This is the lowest extremity that I think that's where price will go to. And I like to keep stuff neatly as much as possible. And I say, okay, my charts, my lines for the, let me see actually what color this is. Okay, so we'll stick that with the same color at that, not to get everything confusing. So yeah, so the reds are my monthly. Those are the areas of price where price might possibly go to. And we have, of course, a higher extremity way up here where price did reach that area. It looks like it potentially looks like it's going to go back up. Possibly, we could be probably looking to go to a higher highs, maybe. Who knows? There's also retest right here. Possibly, so could be coming, which is already marked right there, so you can see the blue lines on the blue lines. So that's a monthly. So I get the most touches between the monthly that I see, that I mark out altogether. We probably can redo this again, but I'm just gonna, and for the sake of time, not to waste so much time on all this other stuff. We could probably take, I think we could probably show it. Okay, we could just turn them off for now. Let's just turn them all off. Just for now. We got a rectangle. It's probably like just probably turn that off. Take off the rectangle. I don't really keep the trend line. Explain to you why I do channels that I draw manually myself. So we're just gonna try to turn this off right now, just for the meantime. Actually, keep that one. The reds, I'll keep the reds. Turn off this horizontal line. Turn off that horizontal line. The trend line stuff could stay. And there we go. So it's kind of like a little fresh now. Okay. So let's explain this. Oh, oops. to this again. Horizontal line, maybe it's this one. No, keep that one. Keep that one. Turn that off. No, turn that off. Let's turn that on. I'll explain that one later. Man, where's that? Where is that one? We can find it someday. Alright, no. No, there's more. Oh, yeah, okay, we turn that one on too. Okay, there we go. So these are the monthly. Don't worry about the blue one. Sorry about that. So we got the highest, and then we got the lowest point. We can also draw that out too. Let's actually do that. That's the lowest extremity. That price did actually retest that, so we can also draw that out too as well. It's a very low area to possibly price can also go to. And there's also an order block, and that's on the monthly, as you can tell right here. But would price ever go to this area? Probably, more than likely not. I don't think it will go to that area. I mean, this is like 22, you know. This is all 22. This is like 22 and 23. And then we get, you know, we just got a huge rally way up. From this point right here, that's when everything just started shooting way up, way up, way up, way up, way up, way up to these all-time highs. So we could possibly go up higher. Good possibility. We have a high of 18,709, and then of course a low extremity of 7,758. But for that to get there is really unlikely. So okay, let's look at monthly. So we're looking still at the monthly here, and we got the highs here. We got the very low of that right there. We got an area I drew out here because I think maybe possibly that's where price will react. It's honestly, to me, price is probably gonna go to about this point actually. That's where I think it's really gonna go to, because of the price hit here and it bounced away and it shot back up. Price came up here, came back, and it shot back up. And also here you got a good point where price respected the area. And I look at that area and I look at this, and we gotta zoom in, kind of zoom in a little bit more, guys. And we see price respecting that area. We also look at it, we just look at it possibly in this now, not really. Realistically, this is probably, it's kind of hard with the monthly though, you know, with the monthly to try to determine the range somewhat of the range. But probably also that could be probably the area where I think price would go. We also got some areas of interest right there. And, you know, if price goes, you know, lower to areas, like goes past your trend line, it doesn't really matter. You're just using it as a reference. You're really not gonna try to trade off it. You don't want to try to trade off these. Especially you don't want to try to trade off the monthly. I mean, it's going to be kind of hard. So I kind of like this. It's kind of like, you know, shot back up, did shoot way out of it, retested this blue line, shot way down, testing, shot down, and came all the way back here, shot, and then shot all the way up to retest. Shot way all the way up. Shot way up, broke out. You got a breakout, and then it shoot back up, and then it came back down and retested. Okay. So that's about what I'm going to do for the monthly. All right. There's probably some other ones that I'm going to probably add. We're probably just going to kind of redo this basically for you guys. So we're going to jump to the weekly now. we jump to the weekly. Right, and we look at the weekly, and so that's a blue line that I liked. And so the blue lines, this is what we need to look for. The blue lines are the weekly. Those are the weekly. Those I color code. You can color code them any color you guys want. Excuse me. So the red is the monthly. Blue is going to be the daily or weekly, sorry, weekly. Blue is the weekly, guys. So let's see here. What is the, oh, that's a horizontal array. Sorry, don't want that. Turn that off. Horizontal array, that's a different thing that I'm gonna try. I'm trying something new. So don't look at the horizontal arrays, horizontal lines. Okay, that's not that one. That's not it. That is not it either. That is it, right? Nope. Turn that off. Okay, blue line. Okay, there's another horizontal line. Blue line, that's another one. That is one. That is one. These are all on. These are all on. That's blue line, horizontal. Use the horizontal. That's the red. That's what we just made. Okay, there we go. So that is all the monthly, or sorry, weekly ones. Sorry, oh my word, weekly ones. These are the areas of weekly where price. I see that price respected, but also too, if you're like, oh, I got too much lines here, so you might want to just delete this one. Just delete this one, so you, because you know, like, okay, because the weekly respected this. Because you don't want to get too caught up in everything in the lines. So that is pretty good. I like that. I want to keep it kind of tight range, sort of, a little bit. So you can keep, like, you know, delete them. You can just delete them so you don't get so confused. But obviously you want to try to get like in the middle of this action and be like, kind of determine where price is going to really respect these lines. And you can move them around and everything. It's up to you guys. So I don't have, obviously I don't really want to mess with this area too much. And especially if this is the low extremities, I highly doubt that price is going to reach that areas. And then here for your two. So I'm going to put the chart. I'm going to put it in my charting process either way. But to me, am I going to see that price react to that area? More than likely not. In this area, I mean, you could delete this line, but you can if you want to. It's up to you guys. Whatever you guys feel comfortable with. You know, obviously don't always trade off the blue lines, off your trend lines, unless you got more confluence, more confirmation. Like if you're, okay, we're coming out of a fair value gap and it also retested a trend line. So I'm going to take a long or take a short, whatever that shows you, guys, take it. That's, you know, do it. You guys do whatever you guys feel comfortable with. You know, this is just how I do things. Everybody's different. This is the blue line. So these are all the blues. So the rest of them, horizontal lines, are the daily. So we can jump to the daily now. So let's jump to the daily. And you guys can see that I have a trend line that looks like price is really respecting this. So pretty much to me, looks like this is where our trend's going to be. Our channel. We're going to follow this channel. And we can go to higher time frames, lower time frames, like the 4 hour, 3 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour, etc., to determine where price will possibly go. So now we draw the horizontal. Now we pull the horizontal lines, and we see for these are going to be the daily, where I think price respected most. As we can see that, I saw that area, and that's pretty much it. That's all for the daily. That is all my daily stuff. Daily doesn't really have a lot, too much. You really shouldn't have a whole bunch of lines on for the daily though. And trend line. So those are all my trend lines for my charting process. This is my channel that I drew out, and it's respecting it. Very likely, it's respecting it, so that's good. So now I look at this. Okay, we're on the daily, and we're I'm gonna try to predict NQ, and say, okay, well, where is price going to go to? Where is it going to go to? Well, I got this price here. I see it hitting this daily. This is the daily. So I said red is the monthly, blue is the monthly. No, sorry. Red is the monthly, blue is the weekly, and this white trend lines are the daily. And now I'm gonna go to the 4 hour in a little bit, but before all that, I'm gonna say that NQ is probably gonna pull down, probably come back again to this area right here, to the fib level of 0.618. And you can tell 0.618. Look at the area right here. Look at this 0.618 area. It's been respecting that area a lot. So I did a horizontal array, which is probably this one. Yep. Where I say that's where price is going to go to sometime during the week. Don't know when it's going to go to that area, but more than likely it is probably going to go to that area, and it's pretty respecting it pretty much. And then you see this right here, you can zoom in to get the price 180995, and we just do the settings, go to the text, the coordinates, and we type that in 18099.50. It's okay, and we can see price respected that area very much. So can I say that price is going to come back down to this area? Probably. There's a good probability that it's going to happen. It looks like we're seeing between this range right here too also. And we actually had some chop for the couple of days. We had some chop, you can see right here on the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, which is real common for NQ. When NQ comes up to a way high point, or even tests a certain high point area, you get some chop. Got a little bit broke out, came back up, but now it shot and hit this trend line, and it hit that trend line and it shot way down. And it also hit a trend line that I drew on the 4 hour. And you can look at the 4 hour now. And let's just turn off this order block detector. Let's turn off this auto fit retracement. Just turn that off for now so you guys don't get super confused about it. And just drop this out, show this line, show this line, show this, and show this. And so these orange lines, those are my 4 hour. So that's another chart that I use for the 4 hour. So this light blue one, if you guys use this auto fib retracement, I use it. I'm going to use it now to trace points of the daily to determine another area, point of interest where price possibly might go to. And we came down, we shot up, came back down, and we're now back in. Now we're a little bit lower in this trend line, between these trend lines. So probably we could see NQ come down, retest some sort of area, maybe come back and retest this trend line, and then shoot all the way down back to this, and might even break out and hit this fib level at some point. Don't know when. Could happen tomorrow, Monday, could happen Tuesday. Could happen Monday or Tuesday. Who knows? So we go to 1 hour. I don't really look at the 2 hour and 3 hour mainly, but I always look at the other lower time frames. And price obviously hit that fib level, and shot up. It shot way up, and kept shooting up, shooting up, shooting up, shooting up. So that's one thing that you guys can use these trend lines for. We were in a bit of a tight range between here. Like you say, we had some chop. We got some little bit of chop going on. I mean, there's in the 1 hour, obviously, but not huge ranges. But obviously, if you go to lower time frames, that chop becomes a little bit more wider. Obviously, we have between, and you can also just trade between those ranges. Obviously, just trade between those ranges, and you should be fine. So that is how I chart, guys. So like I said, it can get kind of confusing at first. Just jump to the daily. Here, I explain to you guys, like I said, red line, you mark out the areas where price tested the most, but I don't want to go too crazy on the monthly because it can get really confusing. I'll go a little bit more, putting the trend lines on the blue line for the weekly, and then I go to the daily and hit the areas where I think price is going to respect the most for the white lines, which is the daily. And then I use horizontal rays to test areas of where price is going to possibly go the next day, possibly on the 4 hour. I look at the 4 hour. And I'm also using a new thing now, which I just told you guys, on the daily. We zoom in on the daily and draw out the auto fib retracement. As you guys can tell, that this is light blue line is an area of interest to me, where it looks like it's going to hit a fib level of that area. And you can tell also that 0.5 is an area where price like to come to, and also shot down. And you see it came down. And of course, 0.382 is also a key indicator too, also where it hit and then shot down, shot back up, hit the trend line, still came back, hit the trend line, shot down a little bit, came back up, hit the 0.5 level on the daily, and then shot down, way down, and shot back up again. So those are keys. And also you can see this price hit that 0.382 level again, shot down, back down to the channel, shot back up, and then we just kept pushing way up. And then also too, we have a huge area. This is also a big, huge key right here on the daily. As you guys can, sorry, it gets confusing sometimes. And also I see that's a fair value gap right there, which I'll draw that out for you guys. On the daily, we got a fair value gap forming right now. So this is the area where I'm going to say, oh, price is going to come back down to this area at some point. At some point, price is going to come back down to that area. Potentially, probably, it's going to hit this and then shoot back up again. But I'm seeing this key right here. I'm seeing this area as a big key. A big key area. If it breaks out of this, then it's definitely coming here. If it breaks out of this trend line, it's going to come back to this area of interest. It possibly can even come back down to this imbalance zone right here. And this blue box right here is an imbalance zone also as well. So, imbalance zone, fair value gap imbalance zone. So, that is it, guys, for this video. If you have any more other questions, guys, just like and subscribe, ask me questions, just, the comments, send me a message to TradingView. You can send me a private message. You can just if I'm online, send me a message. I'm typically always trading all the time, most not all the time. I'm trading whatever hours I trade is when I trade, obviously. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You can also send me messages through Instagram you can find at Trade Daily with Seb. Is my Instagram. You can send me a message through there. Yep, and that's pretty much it for this video, guys. That's how I chart my trend lines, and this is how I chart my channels too. I don't really necessarily use channels all the time, but I've been using them more often. You probably will utilize them more. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got for you guys in this video for right now. Catch you guys, and I'll just catch you guys in the next video. Bye.